coming across I-10 one night down in Arizona, and I had a guy in a big old Peterbilt running behind me, and we were keeping pace. We were talking on the radio, a couple little things back and forth, but not much. Now we're strolling 78, 80 miles an hour, just riding. So I'm coming up on a Swift truck. So I move out to the left lane. Well, as soon as I move out to the left lane, I see up ahead there is a big truck on the shoulder with the hood up, and I can see the driver outside. So I back off the throttle. I pick up the mic. Hey, Swift, come on out. No response. All right. So I flip my lights 3 or 4 times. He never looks out the mirror. All right. So I'm back here. I got the guy in the Peterbilt. Now he's kind of crawling up my ass a little bit. And I got the Swift truck in the right lane, big truck on the shoulder. Swift never moves to the left. All right. But he had room too. I made sure he had room the whole time. Guy in the Peterbilt gets on my ass on the radio. Hey, big old KW, what'd you back off for? I said, that's a big truck on the shoulder. He says, yeah, but you should have known that Swift wasn't going to move over. I go, okay, yeah, I can't argue with you. I can't disagree with you. I said, but let me just ask you a question, man. I said, if that was you on the shoulder, I said, you're out there working on like the battery side of your truck, okay? So you're down there close to the line, and you look up, and here comes Swift, dusting the line. And here comes this big old large car out in the hammer lane sitting right next to Swift. I said, who you got to be pissed off at when you look up at the traffic?
Yep.
I said, you ain't going to be pissed off at the Swift. You're going to be pissed off at the guy that's keeping Swift over in that right lane. I said, you know, buddy, I said, I'm not trying to be hard to get along with. I said, and so much has changed in this industry over the years. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the job.
I just never understood the hurry.
The job is still the same, man. You know, there's certain things you do. You know, you let a big truck out when he needs to come out. You make a spot for the guy that's on the shoulder over there.
It makes things go quicker.
You treat your brother drivers with respect, even though a lot of them aren't really our brothers these days. But the job has not changed.
But we must treat each other.
You have to, because at the end of the day, the job is the same. A lot of other shit's changed, but the job hasn't changed. All the years that we trucked out here, the reason that things flowed so smoothly is because we communicated with each other on the road.